broadcasting from the tallest building in West Point, Georgia, the home of the Point University Skyhawks. This is HawkTalk!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into this episode of HawkTalk. I'm Point University Sports Information Director Nick Rush, and I have a guest here who doesn't need a whole lot of introducing at this point with some of the latest accolades that he has accomplished. Jacob Joseph, men's golfer and senior here at Point. How are you?
I'm all good. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Over the past week, you've been plastered all over Skyhawk social media. SSAC individual champion, SSAC golfer of the week, and now you're the latest guest on the show. Do you feel like a bit of a celebrity as of yet?
I mean, yeah, it's been quite a good week of success and everything going on, and truly grateful for everything that's happened.
It was a tense finish at the SSAC championship this past week. It came down to you and Jack Brocky of UT Southern in an individual playoff. For those who have no context, could you set the scene for our listeners on what led into that sudden death and how you navigated yourself mentally through that?
So I'll set the scene probably a little bit prior to our team meeting the night before. We were mainly focused on getting that team trophy with the position we were in, and we were fighting for that. So coming into the day, we knew we had to go low because we were trailing by a little bit, and that led into us putting up a good fight and not getting it done, but getting quite close to where we wanted to be. I mean, yeah, I came back from 10 shots back to get into that playoff, and coming down the stretch, I mean, my back nine was probably some of the best golf I've ever played competitively in my life, and got me to wait in the clubhouse at 2 under. He had about 5 more holes left to go, and he made a nice little putt on the 18th hole to get into the playoff, and then we knew what we had to do going back down to the tee box.
I want to build off of that resurgence that you just mentioned. You pulled through in the third round with a final round 7 under 65 to climb the leaderboard. Were there any factors in particular that led to that charge?
I mean, the putter just got hot on the back nine. I mean, I turned with a bogey on 9 and then made a good putt on 10, good putt on 11. I hold a pretty long one on 12 and 13, and then got through my nemesis hole 14, and then go undone on 16, on 15, left one short on 16, left one short on 17, and had a nice tap in on 18 to round it out. And honestly, didn't know if it was going to be my last tournament in college, which was also nice to finish on a high.
The victory solidified a spot for you in the upcoming NAIA Men's Golf National Championship. That's going to be May 12th through 15th in Silvis, Illinois. And with that event being about 3 weeks away from now, what are you doing in the meantime to catch a breather, but at the same time be match day ready for the big stage?
I mean, for my benefit, it was pretty similar situation last year. After the conference tournament, we also were waiting on a bid as a team, but I knew I was going individually based off my ranking. So it's the same with the way we play. I mean, in college golf, you don't really play every week. You play on schedules. You know when tournaments are. And I'll stay competitive in that mindset. I just got done with U.S. Open local qualifying on Monday. Unfortunately, didn't get through that one, but still got some competitive stuff looking into. And I mean, my summer schedule is still golf related and stacked with tournaments. So it's just like every other week, practice, get in the mindset, and get up there and compete.
With this being your senior year on the course, it truly is satisfying when your last year is your best one, because that's a trajectory that not all athletes have. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah, the whole time here at Point, I've been pretty involved on the golf team. I've played with some great players as Cole Stevens, Trevor Poole, my teammates now, and it's always fun playing and getting together and getting all in, but I've had my ups and downs, as any golfer does. I have my spurts of moments, and just happy to string it all together coming down the stretch.
One person on the team we really want to give credit to is Hugo Griesheimer, who was named Newcomer of the Year at the awards banquet just days ago. What'd you see about the way that he played in his first year at the collegiate level?
Uh, he really surprised all of us. He's a pretty odd character. We call him Shutzy. He makes us laugh. But he goes through his motions, and he knows what he needs to do to get better, and he's very well-rounded in the aspect of playing the game and being very competitive, even in small snippets of little practices we have.
So I'm interested in your upbringing because you're listed out of Johannesburg, South Africa. And did you relocate from a very young age, or do you have memories from your South African roots?
Yeah, so I've kind of been all over the world. I was actually born and lived in the United Kingdom for about 3 or 4 years. And then my parents are originally from South Africa, so they immigrated back down after some family stuff went on. And I've lived down there. I graduated from South African high school in 2021 and then made my way over here to Point in the fall of 2022. So, I mean, I started playing golf on the competitive scale back home when I was about 17, and I've played alongside and played in tournaments with players who are unbelievably good at the game. And it's always been competitive where I've come from.
There were two other Skyhawks golfers from Johannesburg as well, Duncan Howie and Kyle Davidson. Have you guys developed a bond through sharing that hometown before coming to West Point of all places?
Yeah, so my freshman year, Duncan was at Bellevue, and Kyle was at a JUCO in Mississippi. But funny enough, me and Duncan went to the same high school together, and we've been best buddies for quite a long time. And Kyle was part of our group back home, so we've known each other for long. And I kind of did my recruiting magic to bring him over here with Coach Lytle, and we've kind of stemmed our way. We live together now, and it's just what it's been for the last 5 years, us always being together.
So, about that recruiting magic, you talked about bringing people to the program. How did you come to the program, and what were some of the deciding factors?
I mean, Coach Lytle more so was the main decider for me. I didn't really want to play under someone I couldn't relate to on an age level and like be competitive and like learn off. And he had quite a career as well, going from playing here, coaching here, playing a little mini tour stuff, and everything he's done for me since I've been here has been no doubt tremendous. And he was the main deciding factor to come play here at Point University.
What would you say is the coaching style of Coach Maddox? What's the philosophy that he brings to his golfers?
His main quote unquote quota is just be an athlete and get the job done and play. But he's very stern on his beliefs on where we need to score and how we need to do things. And he also has some great mentors and the ex-coach, Coach Stephen Payne, and one of his best friends, who's also the assistant coach at Augusta, Ruan Pretorius. And he learns just how we learn, and the way he portrays that onto us is more so in a way of how we want to engage in it more than being told to do it type type of way of coaching, which I really enjoy as well, because you're never really going to learn or get better if you don't want it, more so have been told to do it.
Well, it's a long campaign on the course. It's been a great discussion. As we wrap things up, is there any message you want to send out there, whether it's to your team or the supporters of Point University Golf?
Yeah, I'd just like to end off with saying if we do get that bid to the national championship as a team, we're going to really strive to bring home some hardware, as try and bring home the first one for Point University and the last one for a lot of us still playing on the team. I mean, we have, out of the five that will play, we have three guys who won't be here next year, and we want to end on a high.
Yep. And as a reminder to all our viewers out there, the NAIA Men's Golf National Championship, that's May 12th through the 15th, Silvis, Illinois. Jacob, best of luck moving forward here, and hopefully this isn't it.
Thank you so much.
Everyone, that is Jacob Joseph, senior at Point University, men's golfer. Thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of Hawk Talk.
Game time! Oh! Lock!